In Nottingham, British fighters who've been in combat against the so-called Islamic State have been commemorating a fallen comrade.
They joined Erik Scurfield's family at his grave in Nottingham this afternoon. The former Royal Marine volunteered to help Kurdish forces in northern Syria. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports.
Sharing the pain of losing a son, a comrade, a friend. The first time they'd all been together at Erik's grave here on Welford Hill. The former Royal Marine travelled to northern Syria to help the Kurdish resistance, one of several British nationals who volunteered to fight against the so-called Islamic State.
When I heard about his death, I was still fighting. One of the most remarkable people I have ever met, by far. He was there because he genuinely believed in the Kurdish people and in helping the Syrian people fight against ISIS. You go there understanding what the risks are. We're not naive people. We wanted to help, and we knew that we were going to fight against one of the most vicious, brutal terrorist organisations in the world.
Erik's been buried in the city where he spent his childhood. His parents were at the university. Now his mother's coming back to Nottingham to visit his grave.
It's kind of ripped my life apart. It's not so much a whole, we're in pieces. Of course I wish he hadn't done it, and I wish the outcome had been different, but we're a family who believe in standing up and doing what's right, and that's the way he felt he had to do it, so I'm proud of him.
Erik Scurfield's thought to be the first British national to die fighting against the so-called Islamic State. His armoured vehicle was hit by a missile, and one of his British comrades was very lucky to make it home.
I got shot in the arm, just here. Got quite lucky, I just got skimmed with an M16. If you go there to fight and you're in a fight, you can die.
A few centimetres away and that would have been through your heart?
Yeah, if it was a bit higher and to the left, it could have got me in the head or in the chest, yeah.
Erik said his last wish was to bring home a captured Islamic State flag, a wish that's now been fulfilled by his friend Jordan Matson, and today he delivered that flag to his comrade's grave.
I was helping my brother complete something he didn't get to do himself. He wanted to capture one to take it to the British Royal Marine Commandos because they have a room where they hang all the flags that they capture from their enemies, and he wanted to bring them one. So since he wanted to, I'm going to bring him one.
Erik died opposing forces that the government describes as a terrorist group, but the Foreign Office says British nationals shouldn't go to fight for either side in Syria. And Erik's mother says she doesn't want to see any more families suffer such a painful loss. Jeremy Ball, BBC's Midlands Today, Nottingham.